Fine.
Can you state your name and which community you're representing, please? Hello?
Hello?
I asked you if you could state your name and which community you're representing.
Oh, I couldn't hear you. Chantel Desmond, Scarsboro, and Annickanish.
Okay, thank you, Chantal. And the next person is, and let me just get this set up here. Chantal Desmond, un momento. All right. And the next one is Pamela Appling.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Pamela Appling, and I am representing the Preston area.
Go Preston.
Wonderful.
Go Preston.
Yeah, it's your birthday. And now Paula.
You're mute.
Hi,
Paula.
I'm Paula Blackmore, and I'm representing Beachville.
Come on now. Hey,
Good
Beachville.
morning.
There is some parties going on here already without music. Then it seems like you're frozen. Are you? I suspect she's frozen.
I'll go ahead.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tony Lopi, and I'm representing Spring Hill and surrounding areas.
Hey, nice having you. Pamela is already in a party mode this morning. Springfield area. Okay. And what's next? 1, 2, 3. There's one more person. Oh, actually, that's all because Chantel has, Pamela has, and Paula has. Okay. My name is Adegoke. I'll be facilitating this quick session this morning. I'm also the Communication and Marketing Coordinator here at CCFV, which is Canada Center for Vaccinology. And I'm glad and excited to be here. And thank you for the effort and all that you're putting into making this work because it's important. So can everybody see my slide? A beautiful map of Nova Scotia. The challenge is I can't see everyone when I'm looking at the slide. So that means I'll need to hear voices. so anyway,
I can't see the full map here.
Okay, let me let you see the whole map of Nova Scotia. Can you see the whole map now?
There we go. All our beautiful communities.
Yes, it is. And obviously, the importance of this map is to just let us to highlight the fact that we're really what the target audience really is. It's basically what we call the African Nova Scotian communities and the African diaspora. So our intention is to be able to, figure out where we are in terms of thoughts, feelings, experiences, and expectations, so that we can capture all that and to be able to communicate going forward, what our issues or reservations might be. Because you and I know that everyone has a viewpoint regarding COVID. So this is what we're hoping to touch as many of these areas as possible. And, but this is about COVID, so we won't talk about the map a full length. Okay.
But dear,
are you back?
I have a question.
Okay.
Well,
I thought Dennis was back.
Do you know why they're targeting our communities?
So this is a research. I won't, maybe the best use of the word might not be target. Maybe I might, so Dennis is calling, so let me figure out what the issue is. Give me a second. I guess she's having. 1,001 apologies. She's having issues with her internet. So I was trying to see how I could get her back online through either through the phone or so I was trying to talk her through. So I don't know if that works. But either way, I think you're in good hands, hopefully. Okay, so I'll go back to my slide. So there was a question you were asking about. So I wouldn't call it target. The reason why I think research is always very important. And I know as us as Blacks, we normally don't go back to do research on why some things are what they are. So as a result of that, we don't have what I call a trail of or body of knowledge. So for example, one of the things that we're hoping to achieve with COVID-19 is to figure out where we are as African Nova Scotians and Africans in the diaspora. Because so what this survey will do is it's going to capture our thoughts, it's going to capture our thoughts. So for example, one of the things in the survey would be, where did you get the information about COVID-19 from? So what kind of information did you get about COVID-19? What's your thoughts about the vaccine? And I think those are very important things because it begins to, so research helps us to be able to understand things better. And I think as us as Blacks, obviously to carry out more and more of such research so that we can understand things better. So I think that's the right word. I wouldn't say necessarily target. I'll say that it's important for us to understand certain things, why this trend, and so it helps us with better understanding. I don't know if that helps in any way. Does that help, Tony?
Yes, thank you, Fidel.
Okay. So obviously the big elephant in the room is, what is COVID-19? And everybody, like I said, we're just touching eye level on the slides. That's why I said the whole stuff is just the reason why this training is important is, one, to get everybody to be on the same page, because you are going out as community facilitators for CCFV. And so it'd be nice to know, to all be on the same page regarding what we think, what we feel about COVID-19. But the key point of it is, because in order for you to engage adequately with people, engagement becomes easier when you have some bit of knowledge around a subject. Our hope is that you're going to engage people to be able to have them to give, or to be able to express themselves, for us to be able to know their thoughts, their thinking, especially regarding each of those questions. Like some of the questions on the survey is, for example, what are your experiences with the health sector in Nova Scotia? Those are things that I think are valid for us to know, because like they say, if you do not know, there's no way you can. They say a problem that is half known is half solved. So that's why it's important for us to do this survey and be effective at it, because it offers us a wealth of knowledge of being able to tailor all kinds of solutions or prefer all kinds of solutions going forward. So basically, COVID-19 is primarily a respiratory disease, which simply means that it affects all the organs that allow you to breathe. The key organs are your lungs, your nose, your mouth. And the other thing about COVID-19, which is important, is sometimes some people have mild symptoms and some people have no symptoms, even though they have COVID-19. So that's also important. And I'm not going to talk about the details about the common signs of COVID-19, because everyone has had, or knows someone that's had such an experience. But the key thing that we keep saying is that some of these signs look like flu sometimes, but if you have two or more of those signs combined, then it's important for you to watch it and to get tested or get yourself isolated from people. Another important thing about this document, which I need to say, is that there are many parts of it that are being outdated. What I mean is that the information keeps evolving, which is life. Life keeps evolving. So some of the informations might be a bit outdated and all of that. One of the things I keep saying about COVID-19, which is interesting, is that it literally boils down to washing of hands, keeping yourself safe, maintaining certain serious levels of hygiene. And that's funny because it reminds me of when I was a kid, when my mom would tell me, wash your hands. So it's so interesting that we were doing a lot of campaign on things that we literally are supposed to take for granted. And so those are some of the things that you can use to help reduce the spread of that. So we also have there's a number to call. So when we are out on the survey and there are questions like, I want more information, that's why it's important for you to go through these slides, because we'll just do an overview of it. There's a number to call, so you can take down that number as one of the resources that you have with you when you're going, because you never know if somebody is going to be requesting for new information or whether somebody would need, some clarifications. And so you can always give them this number. The number is 811, and they'll be able to speak with a nurse. Doctors are hard to find in Nova Scotia. So you'll be able to speak with a nurse. And then we also have what you call the nshealth.ca/coronavirus website link, which you can always remember, or you can have that down. So the stopping of the spread of COVID-19, the spread of flu and COVID-19, the emphasis, the key part about it is getting vaccinated against both the flu and COVID-19. That is important. Our job, really, like I told you, I work with Canada Center for Vaccinology. So where my department is a lot more on vaccines. So our hope and expectations is to get and have people vaccinated. That's one of the sure ways of preventing, or at least, well, I won't say preventing, but the likelihood of reducing the severity of COVID-19 is also the likelihood of reducing the severity of you being hospitalized. One of the reasons why we have rising numbers, but we haven't had severe cases is because a large majority of people are vaccinated. So it's important that we still keep this message. So these are things that we should still note, in the process of still encouraging people that if you're not feeling well, stay away from people, improve your ventilations in your home, wash your hands. Those are things that are important. Like I said, we're just racing through them. So let's go on. Why get vaccinated? So this, like I said, vaccine is something that's always been with us as humans for a long time. We've always had vaccines for different things, for smallpox, for chickenpox, and things like that. So the aim and objective of vaccines is to help boost our immunity. So the human body has what they call the red blood cells and the white blood cells, right? So the white blood cells are like your army. They are your armed forces, your special forces. They are the ones whose job is to protect you against sicknesses and disease. They are also the ones who ensure that when some virus or whatever comes into your system, they're able to fight it off. But many times there are also situations where they cannot or they're not able to. You now require a larger or a more sophisticated army to be able to show up. And so vaccines help to boost our immunity. Okay. So I jumped once this slide. So I want you to, in the process to the mindset is for us to know that vaccines are important. We are not trying to tell people what to think or to lecture people at all. Our job is to be able to engage in a conversation with them. So when people are asking questions like why I don't believe in vaccine, but the conversation about vaccines has always been there. We've had vaccines for different things, and we've always had resistance from many of those things, even when those things were introduced. So there are many things that are normal. It's okay to be able to encourage people. It's okay to have your positions against vaccine, but it'll also be good for us to know the real reason for the opposition, so that we are not just dealing based on I just feel. Also, we should be able to give knowledge to why you feel that particular way. So, for example, a genuine reason might be I'm not okay with the vaccine because I think the period of the vaccination of getting the vaccine was short. I think trial methods and those are opinions. So our hope is for you to have this as tools to engage in conversation, to get them talking. Not for us to take over the conversations, but for us to be able to get them talking regarding those kind of questions when they do arise within the form. Because we ask questions like, are you vaccinated? And if not, if no, why? So it's, to just be able to get that conversation up and running, okay? We're flying. So what are vaccines? I try to explain what vaccines are. Vaccines are products that protect people against many diseases that can be very dangerous and even deadly. You see terms like vaccines, or there are a couple of terms that you hear. There are vaccines, vaccinations, immunizations. They are all still around the same definition. So immunization is the process by which a person or animal becomes protected against disease. This term is often used interchangeably between vaccination. So they are one and the same. So you might hear immunization. We know it's with immunization for children. Those are opportunities to just help expand people's minds in their conversations. Okay. So I know one of the key things that people kept on saying about the COVID vaccine is that, oh, is it that we put in COVID into your system and all of that stuff? You cannot get COVID-19 from the vaccine because none of the authorized vaccines in Canada have the virus that causes COVID-19 in them. So the vaccines that people received or we received or that people might receive are not vaccines that have COVID-19 in them. That's not the case. It does have side effects, and it's important for us to talk about side effects. Every vaccine, even every medicine you take, they all have some level of side effects. Some of them are very mild. The thing about COVID-19 is that we do have some side effects, but they are very mild, and they are rare cases also. Some of the side effects are such as injections, side discomfort. I don't know when you took yours, what kind of experience you had. I would have asked, could you sort of share what their own experience was? For somebody, you seem like your fever level went up, or that you were running temperature or something like that, but those are some of the symptoms. And you can get a little more of this from this source, which is www.canada.ca for English version, Health Canada Services video, Ask Experts 19 on vaccine. It's also important for you to remind people when they begin to interrogate matters that you are still not an expert, and that experts should be consulted for further clarification. That's why that number 811 is important, or even to reach out to their family doctors or physicians or even pharmacists. So information about COVID-19 booster doses. So let me just read a bit about this because I think it's important. Previous COVID-19, people who have experienced COVID-19 infection after finishing their primary series are advised to wait 3 months after symptoms started or after testing positive. If no symptoms were experienced, booster doses are given at least 168 days after the last dose of your primary. That's the first two. You may choose to receive COVID-19 dose after acute symptoms or COVID-19 after you resolve, or you are no longer required to. So booster dose for adolescents 12 to 70. Some of these ages have changed. So I do have some of the current ages, like for example, there's one regarding children that talks about from 5 years old upwards. It's no longer 5 plus, it's now from 6 months plus. So we do have some of those. Like I said, science keeps changing. So vaccine can protect people from getting COVID-19. If people do get infected, it also protects them from getting very sick from it. Pfizer is an mRNA vaccine. You cannot get COVID-19 from this vaccine because, like I said earlier, COVID-19 is not one of the things within inside the vaccine. Children and youth ages 5 and older will need 2 doses of Pfizer. That age has dropped. I know we're at 6 months plus. If your child is, so some of these things, informations are a bit old now. But it's now from 6 months. But it still says COVID-19 vaccine is free. Everyone who is 5 and older in Nova Scotia, like I said, is from now 6 months plus. So that's that. This is a number if somebody is asking, a toll-free number. So please, that's why I said it's important for us to read these slides. I'm just running through. You can see I'm already halfway gone with the slides itself. So if you need an interpreter, you can ask for an interpreter when you call this particular toll-free number. And the number is 833-797-7772. Okay. So
Can you
this,
update the slide and send it to us, dear?
sorry, say that again.
Could you update the slide before you sent it to us, please?
This slide is not the slide is gotten from what we were. This is the most recent version that we were given as CCFV. I don't deal directly with the center itself. Maybe I could talk to Dali. Maybe there's a way she can talk with public health authorities. So, but this is from public health authority. But I know that when they did give us this, or the person we were dealing with, Amare, did tell us about some of the updates I did mention regarding the fact that it's now 6 months plus, and not 5 years. But this is the most recent one we have from them. I don't know when they will have a physical updated. Where when it comes to government, some things take time to physically be documented into whatever. But I will take that concern to Darlene and see if they now have another one. But this was given to us last month, so I'm not sure if the new updated slides are ready yet from them. But this is the most recent, and we received it less than a month or about a month ago.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for the question. So there's something, obviously, there's something called about minor consent. This is a bit ambiguous when it comes to Nova Scotian law regarding minor consent and all of that. There's no minimum age for giving consent for any healthcare decisions in Nova Scotia, including immunization. There is none. But I'll just read some of it, because really there's no law, and I try to stay away from things that are, because it's a bit vague. There's no minimum age, but there's also something called mature minor consent. Okay, so I'm going to define what that is. We may give a consent. A person is capable of giving a consent to be immunized if they understand the information that is relevant to their decision to consent to receive or refuse to be immunized, understand the consequence of the decision to consent to receive or refuse to be immunized. So they now describe what the role of the parents are guided. Parents need to discuss COVID-19 disease and immunization with their children. The child needs to know what the previous reactions to vaccine they may have had. Present health concerns, including medications they are taking and allergies to antibiotics or components of the vaccine. Their parents or guardians' views on health and immunization. But there's something called matured minor. So a person under the age of 19 is considered a matured minor if in the judgment of the immunization provider, they're able to appreciate the purpose and circumstances of immunization and the consequences of giving or refusing consent. I just felt I should say that part. Everything that you need to know after your child gets COVID-19 vaccine. So generally, when we get the vaccine, we always are advised to wait 15 minutes to be examined to see if there's any kind of reaction. So those are some things that we generally the nurses or the healthcare provider would ask for you to wait. So you may be asked to wait for 30 minutes if there's concern also. So it's not like it's a fixed 15 minutes, but it could be a bit more. We also understand that there are some reactions that people might get, bumps in the skin and become very itchy, swelling of the face and tongue or difficult. The clinic may be prepared to manage this. But if you have serious side effects, one of the things that is the fact that if someone says, what happens if I have serious side effects? The truth is call 911 right away. The truth is side effects of getting are very rare, but even though something is very rare, it also does not mean that it's not possible in the reality of matters. Okay. So the aim of that is that when you're getting conversation and somebody is saying, so like every medicine you take, every tablet, there's always some type of side effect that is possible, but it doesn't mean that you will experience the side effect, but it's very rare in this case. So children can have side effects in the 2 weeks after getting the vaccine. The most common side effects occurring are, obviously, I'm sure some of us have had this too: pain, swelling, redness when a needle was given. So obviously things you can do. If somebody says, oh, I had what's it called, or I just took, you can simply say, place a cool damp cloth or wrapped ice pack around that. The child might feel tiredness, headache, muscle pain, joint pain, nausea, and pain, and all of that. You ask them to check with their healthcare provider if they need advice about medication. Obviously, it's not our job to start recommending what they should do or not do. Okay, we're almost there. So this is one of the rare, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's one of the rare cases of, has basically what it means, that mucocarditis is talking about inflammation of the heart muscle. It's one of the rare things that can happen, but it's rare. But it has been reported in Canada and internationally. So that's why it's there. And some of the symptoms of that is chest pain or pressure, unexplained sweating, blah, blah, blah. And commonly found in males and persons less than 30 years of age following the second dose and within a week of receipt of the vaccine. So that's, but obviously that you're also aware that there are some rare cases that has been reported that is related to inflammation of the heart chest. So these are some important information. I don't want to be reading it in details, but basically, like I said, you will get the slide and it'll be an opportunity for you to also read up about it, and hopefully that helps. So basically, this part just has to do with Nova Scotia Human Rights Commission statement. This is an overview. It's a long charter, but something that you can also read. And so that really is the end of the slides. Like I said, it's not a long slide, but I think it's something that you should read because this is just an overview of human rights regarding services, housing, and the rest, and prisons and all of that stuff. Okay.
Fadir, can you review the discrimination in COVID-19 part for me, please?
So which part of it?
It said discrimination and
Okay.
it was,
So discrimination
yeah.
including is trying to explain this. So this is let me go back to the beginning of the, this is what they call Nova Scotia's human rights, Nova Scotia Human Rights Commission statement on COVID-19 pandemic. This statement was updated this is 2 years ago. So just wanted to say that because I don't know whether they have plans. So let me go back to the discrimination. So discrimination, including harassment against any persons or communities related to COVID-19, is prohibited when it involves a ground under the Act in areas of service, housing, employment, vocational association, and contracts, right? So that means that you cannot be harassed or discriminated against when it comes to areas of service, housing, employment, vocational association, and contract simply because of COVID-19. The Act protects against discrimination based on 18 grounds, whether perceived or otherwise, including disability, ethnic origin, place of origin, race, irrational fear of contracting an illness or disease. COVID-19 is not associated to people of any particular ethnic region or origin, place of origin, or race. The Commission would like to take the opportunity to remind all Nova Scotians that making generalization around COVID-19 and any particular group of people, whether they be from any racialized community such as African Nova Scotians or individuals or a particular national or ethnic origin, can be harmful and lead to discrimination against the already vulnerable communities. There's no proof available to show that any one group or individual is prone to be a carrier of that disease. I don't know if you remember how some people are feeling like, oh, some of this is prone to certain skin color or certain, so this is just a right that just says that, that is discrimination if you begin to say that, this, maybe African Nova Scotians are prone to, things like that. So that is a level of discrimination. So that's what the charter is all about, just trying to let people know about that. So, well, for me, that's the end of the slide. And I don't know if there's any question, remarks, comments, statements, or otherwise, as the case might be. Did somebody get something? Did he help somebody in any way? Hi, Bonita. I'm glad that you were able to make it.
Oh, my son's getting frustrated with me, trying to get me on these links and me losing them and computer acting up.
Yeah. Well, like I always say, it gets easier as it goes by. So I'm sure that the more and more we do, as in stuff like that, it gets easier. So is there any reaction, comment, question, Willie?
No, I just want to confirm, we're going to be receiving these slides in our
Yes, you
email?
will. Yes,
Okay.
we will.
Yeah. No,
I
that's
should
good.
ideally have sent it before the training, because that's what we did the last time. But so you definitely will be getting the slides. So what I would do is, even while I'm just doing, I could just quickly go to this and just attach a slide to so everybody here can get it. And, you know, so that it's not just that you will get it, but I'll be saying, you got a slides now. So I have sent it. So I guess somebody can confirm if that has
Okay.
come in. And if that has come in, it has gone beyond, I will send it to, I have sent it, right?
Yes,
Okay, thank you. So I
received.
do have another training for 11. So it would be nice if we could pause a bit to drink water. I know not everybody needs to be in that one because I guess it's not for, these are all just mop up trainings we are doing now. Just to try and mop up.
I didn't get it.
You didn't? You didn't?
No.
Preston didn't? How come? And let me just confirm that you're in that, because I'm sure you're in, because I just sent it through the link that, what's it called?
Look again.
No, I just got the link.
Just got it.
Oh, you have? Okay, cool. Okay. So thank you, everyone. So it'd be nice because I need to go off so I could go get water because I still have another one running up at 11 o'clock. I'm not sure how many of you are supposed to be in part of that. If you are, we'll definitely see you there. If not, we'll definitely touch base soon. Preston.
I just have the quick question about yesterday's training. Is that, sorry, is there like a recording of that I could access, or were there slides sent out?
So the slides, we probably can send slides for that. So you were able to attend yesterday's training or you didn't?
No, I got the timing mixed up. I
Mixed
logged
up.
on at 1 instead
So
of 10.
you will still have to attend a training. I don't know when that
Yeah.
would be, honestly, but definitely I
Yeah.
know it's not this week. But I can't tell you when. But Darlene will be able to answer that better.
Okay.
Regarding the slides, I'm sure that I can try and look for that to share with you. Also, regarding videos, we're creating a YouTube channel, so all these videos will be there, but will be private, and everybody will be sent the link. So any of those videos you'll be able to go back and watch on your own. But we have not yet done that yet because one of the restrictions we have right now is that the way our network is set up in CCFV, we can't really share that kind of whatever with external emails unless
Yes.
it's within. So I still have to find a way around making how to get it out, put it on YouTube, which I've not started trying to do that because we have a lot of trainings that we're doing this week. But we will have YouTube channel and everybody will have the opportunity to have that link and they will be able to watch like a recap of all of this.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So bye-bye, Preston. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you. See you
Have a
also.
good day.
Yeah, you too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, 11:30, 12:30. Okay. I know.
Were you able to get in, Benita? Huh?
Yeah,
Oh, good.
you'll go back here. $11:30. UACWA training. I think I may have left my speak. Am I going?